Hi everyone, I'm your host Alberta and welcome to episode 22 of the Get Hitched live wedding chat show. Today we have an exciting show. Our special guest is singer and songwriter Karin Duff. I'm sure she's well known around our audience today and around across Malta and Gozo. As usual, if anyone has any questions, comments, feedback, anything at all, please do post them in the comments, even just to tell us a quick hello, and we'll be able to put them live, have Karen answer, and we'll just have a conversation with everyone that's watching the show today. I do want to say thank you again to everyone that has continuously supported us through all the different shows, especially this one, because this is the one that we started with back in April. I hope everyone enjoys the show. In the meantime, I'm inviting Karen in to join us. Let's see. Hi,
Hi,
Karen.
how
Hello.
are you?
Good, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thank you.
Super, super. You look very pretty today.
Thank you, so do you.
Thank you. How's your week been? I mean, it's Friday. We're sort of closing off the work week now.
It's been a very busy week, but I like being busy and productive, so I can't really complain.
Very good, very good, very good. And now, do you have anything planned for the weekend or just
The
to
weekend,
relax?
I have actually two gigs
Ah, very
this
good.
weekend, so yes,
Where
quite
are you
busy.
playing?
I will be tonight at Luciano's in Valletta, and then I have NAR on Sunday.
Super, super. So for everyone, if you want to go and pop over at either Luciano's today or no, Nar
No,
on Sunday.
yes.
Nar, right in Balluta.
Mm-hmm.
I love the place. I love their cocktails,
Nice,
and
yes.
it's a very nice vibe they have there. So good luck.
Yes, thank you.
First off, for all our audience, and just in case perhaps someone doesn't know who Karen Duff is, maybe you want to introduce yourself for everyone.
Yes, Mela. My name is Karin Duff. I am a local singer and songwriter. I am a midwife by profession. I
Fun
have
fact.
been, fun fact, I have been writing songs since I was around 15 years old. Um, that's it basically. And I have been blessed to say that we have gigs all around Malta and from small to large venues. And
Very
yes,
good. And you've both done from corporate to fun events to even weddings, right?
yes, everything.
Very
You
good. Issa, as well, I wanted even to discuss a bit the whole concept of a band because people can have just you as Karen
mm-hmm,
Duff, but you can
exactly.
also expand to having like a two-piece band, three-piece, and so.
Exactly.
So
So it's
maybe,
either kind of duo, so it's me and a pianist or a guitarist. We can be a trio, so it's me, a guitarist, and a drummer or percussionist. And a five-piece band, basically. So
okay.
we have everyone.
Very good, very good. And this is really good, especially even for different types of events, or even, for example, weddings at the moment. Perhaps
Mm-hmm.
someone wants to do a small, intimate 50-person seated wedding.
Exactly.
You can just have you with two other band members, for example. So
Exactly.
you can change it up a bit for them, but you can still do the big bang show.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Very
You
good.
explained it very well.
Yes, I did. Thank you. I'm glad.
Ewa.
طيب. I am going to go through to the second point that we have today, where basically I wanted you to explain a bit how you actually began in the music industry. You told us that you began singing and songwriting when you were 15.
As that. So I have always loved music since I was young, and my family are all music lovers, so that had a really big influence on me. Then, when I was around 12 or 13, I had started posting videos on YouTube for my family abroad because my father is English and almost all my family lives in England. I started getting
Okay.
very good feedback, so I kept posting more and more videos. And then at the age of 17, I think I had my first gig at a fine dining wine bar. I was very excited and it was really good. Then from then on, I kept on being invited to different venues and events. And
Okay.
I was doing music full time, basically.
Okay.
So,
So it was sort
yes,
of by coincidence that you came into it, because reality was you were just showing your talents to the family members.
exactly. I've always wanted to like produce music since I was young. So yes, it made it. It was fun, and I kept doing it. I feel very blessed.
Amazing, amazing. And I mean, I mean, you've done very well. Even, I mean, if you want to mention on today's show, I'm sure lots of people as well know you from X Factor.
Yes.
How was that whole experience?
It's a different and a nice experience. I mean, I'm happy to say that I've done it. Um, I don't know. It's an experience. You have mixed emotions, and you're super happy, and you feel a bit stressed sometimes and excited. So I'm very happy that I did it twice. I did the first season and the second. So
Okay.
yes, it's nice.
Okay. And has it allowed your career to take it to the next step, or was it really you that continued pushing with the singing and the songwriting, and managed to
Um,
come to where you are today?
so it was a boost basically because people get to know you because they see you on TV. But yes, if you don't put in the effort and the hard work, obviously you can get stuck sometimes. So that's
Yeah.
very important.
Very good. Yes, I mean, you've become sort of everybody knows your name around Malta. So it gave you that branding to say, cool, yes, we've heard of her before, which is a
Yes.
nice boost as well when you're contacting different people and speaking,
Mm-hmm.
they already have that vision sort of in front of them of what you can actually offer.
Exactly. It
Um,
was nice because people see you grow from one year to the next.
okay.
So
All right.
they're with you throughout the journey.
Very
So
good.
that's nice.
Very good. Um,
No, no.
how would you describe the music that you usually create, especially with the songwriting?
Hmm. Very good question. So basically, I create music from experiences I've been through. So that's where the songwriting comes from. That's it doesn't always have to be like this, but I find it that it's easier and you feel more comfortable writing songs based on your experience.
Okay.
And I always found myself happier when I was surrounded by music. So at the moment, working on different songs, I'm trying to go for a more pop R&B vibe.
All
So
right.
every year you write songs and you improve, and then you have like this focus on what you want to focus on, basically.
Okay, okay. And all the work that you do into songwriting, are
Hmm.
you able to put it through and have your own songs in weddings, for example?
Yes, at the moment, I released one song this year. It's "Silly Little Game." It was also featured on X Factor. I haven't released anything yet this year because I've been working I've been writing and working on songs and choosing. So next year, hopefully, we will release music. So that's
Very
the plan
good.
at the moment. Yes.
Very good, very good. I did want to ask, and I actually put this in one of the questions, but I did want to see what actually inspired you
Mm,
to start
okay.
off in this.
Different things inspire me really, but I used to be inspired by so many different artists
Okay.
like Rihanna, Sia, Drake, their music and their style. And as I said, I always found myself happier when I was surrounded by music. Like when I was younger, I used to change the lyrics of my favorite songs at a time and write my own.
Okay.
And at
Cool.
one point, I was like, this is what I really, really want to do, and this is what makes me happy. So I started working day by day towards my goal.
Very good. And how long now has it been since you've been releasing your songs, and you're there out there as Karin Duff?
Um, so at first, I started on YouTube with covers,
Okay.
like, and basically, then 2013, I think it was, I released a song, "The Empty Side of the Bed." We wrote it at like 3 o'clock in the morning with these two DJs, Monochrome, and we released it and we did a music video, and we were so young, and the video was done by like a project for MCAS students, like, so everybody was just starting out and it was super fun. And then
Okay.
I started writing. I also went to London this year, so I wrote a few songs in London. Yeah.
All right, okay. The reason that I asked you this as well is because I wanted to see if you've seen or you feel that the internet has changed or impacted your career and the music industry,
Mhm.
positives and even negatives that you've seen from it.
Mela, Mela, the positive side of the internet is it made music more accessible, basically.
Okay,
So, like YouTube, especially when it comes to artists or like me or artists who have just started out, it makes it's more easier for us to be discovered. So that's
yeah.
one. Um, and then obviously the internet and social media, everybody's been focusing on looking like having, you know, how am I gonna explain it? The negative side of it is everybody wants to portray perfection and their life is perfect to it. So
Okay.
that's the
Can it be
downside.
overwhelming then?
Overwhelming, and you have to live up to certain expectations, sort of,
Okay,
you
all
know.
right.
Um, but yes, you have to stay like grounded, and you have to be comfortable and confident in yourself. And obviously, you try and focus on the positive side of everything.
Very good. Especially this is for
Yes.
every new coming, singer or songwriter. I mean, yes, it's easier than how you're saying for them to be able to put their name out
Mm-hmm.
there and for someone to actually see everything they're doing. Because I mean, 20, 30, 40 years ago, you'd basically have to be at a gig every day sort of to get your name out there so people know who you
Exactly.
are. Um,
Yes.
but I do see, yes, and I would completely agree with you that it could be overwhelming. Sometimes I do think that people need to remember that you're also a human being.
Exactly.
And perhaps this is my particular opinion, but I think being real
Mm-hmm.
showcases the right role model for the 10, 15-year-olds that are now growing and watching and
Exactly.
learning from
I
everyone.
totally agree. Even like we all have ups and downs in our life, and we tend to show the ups on social media and the internet. And I think it's super important to show the downs. So everybody gets is sad, and even with regards to body image, we everyone gets pimples,
Yes,
and everyone
stretch
struggles.
marks. Everyone's gonna gain weight or lose too much weight.
So
It's
that's very
real.
important that's real. So we need to show that to everyone. Like
Very good.
in terms of our roles.
I'm really happy you mentioned
So
this
yes.
today. It's for everyone watching, even especially not just young girls that are watching you and learning, but even for
Mhm.
bride to bees that are watching the show. I mean, life is real. If you gain some weight, if you lose some weight extra, if you've gotten shabba
Mhm.
pimples because you're stressed or whatever, no one's
Exactly.
perfect. It's
It's
fine.
normal. Part of
You
life, I
go
think.
exactly. Exactly.
As a,
We do have a comment here from Jasmine Camilleri. I'm going to put it on. She said, such a talented lady. Um,
Aw, thank you.
thank you, Jasmine. And a quick hi
Thanks
to
so
you.
much.
Thank you for watching the show. I don't know if there's anything you want to
That's
add
sweet.
to the point of the internet impacting the music industry.
Um, uh, I feel that people who have so they have a following should really keep this in mind with regards to being real, because we're portraying like as if life is perfect, and I think that is what may be increasing like depression and all of this, that we have to live up to a certain standard because my life isn't that perfect, my relationship isn't that perfect. And it's not, I don't think it's the truth. I mean, everyone has, as I said, their ups and downs, and I just
Yes.
would like people to show that more, because that's how we can relate to another.
Amazing.
So
Amazing. I think
that's,
that
I
was
think, the main
perfect.
point.
Very good. Let's go into now you performing for weddings, events, anything of the sort. Where have you performed? Is it just locally?
Yes, I have been to the X Factor in the UK when I was younger, but yes, mostly I have focused on performing locally and getting to know locals and Malta. We have performed at different events. It has now been 10 years almost.
Cool.
since we haven't performed live. It's the time
Cool.
passes by very quickly. 10 years.
Yes.
I feel I'm getting old
I don't
already.
tell me that. Don't you dare say that. Because I have a number ending with a zero next year and I'm already feeling it. I'm not
No,
going to.
no. It's all about how you feel inside. So don't
Yes,
worry.
age is just a number.
Mhm.
Do you have any special or like the biggest events that created a real memory or a change in your career that you've played at?
Yes, last year I performed at the Farsons Beer Fest.
Okay,
That
very
was
cool.
with my friend Dave Jr. because we had released a song. He had released a song and I was featuring. It was Carrie, and he invited me on stage and we did the song and it was super. It's nice to see like there were so many locals and people cheering, and you feel like you have a connection with the crowd, and I think that is super important. It's what keeps
Okay.
artists going,
Yeah.
you
A
know.
lot of musicians have told me this about the Farsons Festival. We actually even did have them on the Evently show a few months ago. As we actually did it, I think, around the same time that it was supposed to happen this year, because of course they decided to keep everything and just have a bigger and better Farsons Beer Festival for next year.
Exactly.
Um, but everyone has said the exact same thing. It's such an uplifting event to take
Hmm.
part in, to be in, and there's a lot of different musicians, so
Yes.
I think it's more fun.
The thing is, you put in so much effort and work and time, that then you realize it was all worth it, you know? Like it's really uplifting.
If you don't mind me asking, do you feel that perhaps in the music industry is slightly limited in Malta, whereas outside of Malta?
Yes, Malta, obviously, we're very small compared to like the UK, America, you know. Um, but I still think that music brings us all together. Like, no matter how different a person is, no matter what style, you know, music, I think, is one of the biggest things that brings people together.
Yeah.
So I think as a community in Malta, we still have that, although we're small. But yes, obviously, outside of Malta, there are a bit more opportunities. So that's the downside of Malta. I think we
Yeah.
are still supported here. I would like
Okay.
for us to be supported more, but we are supported.
Very good, very good. And like weddings, because yes, I don't know if there's any other events in summer you want to mention
Mhm.
that really are a memory in your career, or maybe even a few weddings that you had
Mhm.
done. You don't have to say whose or whatever. I mean,
So we had a few weddings, um, and it was super fun. I love doing weddings. It's such a nice, happy day. You know that you just going there, it's like you have like really good vibes and people are happy, and it's nice that you have your band and you're playing and everyone's dancing, and you know it's a really nice connection, I think, with the guests and the crowd. And
okay,
even like once we had, I remember this very well, we had like this event. It was a private event at
okay,
somebody's house. They had this party. It was like very posh and well organized, and we were just me and the pianist, and like people were dancing, and the more people dance and you know have everybody's happy, like the more you put your energy into it, and it's nice
you were
events
really
like
appreciated during
uh-huh,
the event, not just everyone talking and you playing, but sort of the
exactly.
entertainment atmosphere really
It's
came
nice that
across
people connect with you. You're not just there like for music, like
as
a backing track, you know, like
tipo
when
xelti
people
Spotify
connect.
u ħallejtu għaddej.
It's amazing. It's a nice feeling.
Very good, very good. I'm going to put up for you some comments here. You have two other ones. You have Jane Glasbrook. So, hi, Jane, who said beautiful and a kiss,
Oh,
deserve to get what she dreams, and then two more kisses.
thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Jane. Thank you for watching the show as well. And you also have Jacob Reed. Woo! Go, Karin Duff. We love you. Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you for watching the show, everyone. Um, do you have any favorite or least favorite venues in Malta for weddings and events?
Hmm. I don't really have a favorite and a least favorite venue. I just love performing like anywhere. I love sharing my music with people,
Okay.
anyone who is anyone. And as I said, I think music helps bring people, so many different people together, and helps
Okay.
them connect. So as long as there are like good vibes, I'm super happy to perform anywhere.
Super, super. Have you had any seated weddings now, like with the new regulations that came out on the 28th of August?
Hmm.
Have you played at seated weddings?
Seated weddings, not yet, but we have
Okay.
performed at weddings in Gozo, and Gozo the weddings are seated. It's different, but it's still nice. We really enjoyed it.
How would you say, is it like a more fun? Because yes, the Maltese, and I think saying this in every different show, we have this tradition, standing wedding, there's the band and the DJ, sort of every different wedding is the same. Whereas the Gositans, they go in, you have a seated wedding, then you go in and it changes to standing, and then like the party really starts. Would you
Hmm.
say the atmosphere is more fun? Is it the same as the Maltese tradition?
It's different. I can't say more fun. It's just different. So it's nice to sit down and have like a meal, and everyone's talking to everyone, and you actually get to know people. And then the Maltese way, it's nice to have like a party, and everyone's just celebrating, and it's different. Like the seated weddings are more how do you say, intimate. That's the word. So
Okay.
it's two different things. I enjoy. I can't really choose. That's my honest opinion. They're both so nice.
Okay. If there are any brides to be's that are watching the show, or brides that have already done their wedding, perhaps they did a seated wedding and they
Hmm.
want to tell us their experience in a comment. I'd love to discuss this a bit,
Yes.
get it open, even for all the other people that might be a bit worried because it's
Hmm.
seated, or changing a tradition can be a bit hard, especially if
Yeah.
you've been planning a wedding for 2, 3, 4 years, for
Hmm.
example. So I don't want brides to lose hope.
No,
That's
but the thing is, we have to remember that this is one day we're gonna get. You only get married once. Um, and
hopefully.
you just hopefully that's why I did like you have to keep in mind that like this is your day, so no matter what the outcome, sometimes we worry and we overthink so much that it ruins the experience. And
It's true.
you have to adapt to the situation. So if this is the situation right now, you will still have the people close to you.
It's
You
true.
might not have as many people, perhaps, but you'll still have the people close to you, and you are still going to get married to the person you want to get married to. And it's. I think
Yes.
it's how you look at things, and I
Regardless
think
of the weather, people.
you know what I say. Like even everybody wants a sunny day on their wedding, but if it rains, you have your first dance in the rain. It's still an experience. You have to think that it's still romantic. You just have to
Exactly.
think and look at things
The
in a
nice
positive.
transparent umbrellas on top of
Exact,
you. Imagine like in the movies from the 1950s.
exact.
Oh, I love it.
So it's all life basically is how you look at it and how you make it. So that's my advice.
When you, if you don't mind me asking, okay, so I have a few questions. Like when you're setting up for a wedding,
Hmm.
do you ask them? So, like for example, it's an outside wedding, but perhaps it's March or April, so there's the possibility of rain. Do you ask for a stage setup, like a cover setup? Does it automatically come? Do you provide it yourself? And even with equipment, how do you work?
All right. So obviously the band's equipment is a bit. It is expensive, so we make sure that we take care of it very well. um, I usually, when it's in summer, I don't really worry a bit. I don't really worry at all, sorry. Because it's highly unlikely to rain in July. It may rain in months, highly unlikely. When it's like in winter or close to winter, or it's October and it might, it's raining. We try and make sure that there's a setup outside, especially if the bride and groom want the setup to be outside. And we see if there's an option for the setup to also be inside. So if something
Okay,
happens, we can move inside. So there's a backup plan.
very good.
Because if it's really super raining, it's a bit impossible to perform. Um, so it's either we have a cover or we can go inside. We
But you,
always think of plan B,
okay, all
you know?
right. And
So,
with sound equipment, you take care of everything. You have your own person, and they come in and they
mhm,
set everything up. So
exactly.
the couple don't have to worry anything at all, basically. All right.
We always work like with the same people, so we're more comfortable and confident in each other. Yes, and with like, I think that the couple have a lot to stress about and to worry about on their wedding day. So I make sure that we take care of the music and it's sorted and they don't have to worry about it.
Very good. Very good. So they're putting everything in your hands with trust, and you're going to give everything off perfectly. And in fact, for example, I can note, I think I had 2 or 3 different weddings at Villarico last year. One, I love the venue because you have the outside, the inside.
Mm-hmm.
It has a really unique atmosphere inside. But then the band setup, every time I've gone, even for outside weddings, was always inside.
Mm-hmm.
So you're comfortable. It's 100%
As,
secure. There's no changing or anything. They also have like the PA system ready to go for you
mhm.
guys.
I think that communication is key, so it's important for the band to communicate well with the bride and groom, and you just whatever they wish, we try and make it possible, you know. So if it's inside, outside, I always love having a plan B, so there's nothing to worry about on the day. So if it's
Very good.
raining, it's okay. We just move inside. If they want the band to be outside, we just, you know, for us,
Yeah.
anything we don't mind as long as everyone is comfortable and happy.
Very good, very good. And I like how much that even you can be as versatile to cater for every type of
Mhm.
bride or every type of wedding. If you're available for the date, you can basically build a package for them, be it if they're having something intimate. So it's just you and a pianist, which I absolutely love the idea. Starting with a nice dinner with you and a pianist, and then maybe changing it up and having two
Exactly.
people come in with, I don't know, drums. I'm not that
Mm-hmm.
understanding in
Drummer,
music.
bassist, exactly.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
And I keep in mind, like, what would I want if I'm getting married? I'm
Very good.
very picky, and I make it a point. That's what I want the bride and groom to know. So, whatever they want, we can try and make it happen. Obviously, if it's possible. But
Very
I
good.
do
Very
my
good.
best.
Super. I'm going down to this question now for you. With regards to advice, if there's any advice what's the best advice you've been given, and what's your advice for up and coming performers?
Mana, the best advice I've been given, I think, is to make sure that whatever I'm doing, I do it with love because I don't know. I think it's important, and if you put in the work, you will achieve anything you want. So that's the advice that I've been given. And it really affected me the way I started to think about music. And my advice for up and coming up performers would be to make sure that they don't get caught up like in social media or try to live to anyone's expectations. It is important that you love what you do and you write what you want to write and you post what you want to post and you post things like up to your standard, not to anyone else's, because then you start to lose the love for music, and that's when it all goes downhill.
Okay, super. Thank you for that. I think that was caught very well, said very well as well. Do you have perhaps any advice, since you've dealt with a lot of different people now in your career, to anyone organizing their events and looking for music, or especially with weddings?
Um, I think the whole get hitched idea is amazing because
Thank
it
you.
makes it's easier. You know, you have everything in one place, and you can put in your budget, and I think it's a really good initiative. So
Super. Thank you for that. How sweet. I'll tell the whole team. I'm
you're
sure
welcome.
they're watching, actually.
Because when it's overwhelming when you're planning something.
Yes.
So the thing that you have everything in one place, and you know it's so much easier, and you tick the boxes. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. So I think
Yes. The idea how we came about it, one, we saw it as a pain point just in case in the audience someone had sort of like a question,
Mm-hmm.
but we actually saw a pain point with one of the directors trying to get married himself. So he was like looking for photographers and he's completely lost. He has no idea that like the average price of a photographer is this much to that much. And and it literally came out like, all I want to do is go
Just
somewhere and say, my name is Jonathan and I need one, two, three. My maximum budget is this amount. And we said, okay, then, like, all right, then let's build it.
exactly. Yeah,
That's, and like what we wanted to offer is like, we don't want to get in the middle. Like, I'm not an event planner at the end of the day. So I don't know, you need to speak as a supplier with a
exactly.
particular person that because you're the best experience. It's pointless for a person to come in the middle of
Mm-hmm.
that. So like this, we're just helping everyone connect. There's the virtual fairs as well. We're proud to have
Exactly.
done as well. We're going to have one in November. I don't have a date yet, but that is exciting to have. And I'm sure they're a blast as well to have, having that whole vibe of having the online meetings with
Uh-huh.
everyone, especially when you have one after the other. It's very cool.
Exactly.
The comfort of your home, the tech. I love it.
It's nice because even sometimes there are these events and you can't really make it maybe because of work, and
Yeah.
online it's you can log in, and if your time is up you can go, so you'd still see something. So I think it's a really good idea.
Yes, I think this year has done a lot of things to all the industries across all the
Mm-hmm.
world, but I think a lot of people have learned how effective online meetings and video
Yeah,
calls are, how easier. In Malta, we have a big problem of traffic, let's face it. There's every road
that's what I was gonna
currently
say.
being worked on. I mean, very hasra, we have a deadline to finish everything,
Yeah.
okay?
Emma, I think most of the things can be done online at the
Exactly.
comfort of a person. It reduces stress. You get more stuff done, even with the traffic and the pollution, and it's more environmental friendly. So I think if if 2020 was like a really negative year, there's something positive came out of it.
Exactly. Apparently, we got to spend more time with family. And I mean, for me, I loved it finishing work and you're at home already.
It's,
Get the
you get
paintbrushes
more
out,
stuff.
open the windows. It's
You even
nice.
have time because of traveling. Like it used to take me sometimes 1 hour to go to work, and I live 5 to 10 minutes away. So you get more done. I could pop to the gym, so you
Yes,
know, and you reduce traffic and cars. So it's as I said, more environmental friendly. Paperwork, everything. It's a
I
really
agree.
bonus for
I
everything.
agree completely. And I think all wedding suppliers should take the opportunity with all couples that are planning their weddings, or even if you're not planning a wedding, you're planning a birthday party, a graduation, a staff party, whatever. I
It's
mean, just getting everything sorted over phone and through video calls to do the meetings,
easier
it's
though.
it's a big plus. It's a
Uh-huh.
big plus. We're coming up to the last question I have for you today, Karin.
Mhm.
What you have in store for your future as Karin Duff?
Um. So, basically, at the moment, my main focus is on working to release new music.
Okay. All
So
right.
that's what I'm using my time to do. So
All
I think
right.
that's what's next for me.
So next year we're going to see a couple of releases.
Yes, I'm
Two,
very
three,
excited.
four, five, a whole album.
Nisperaw. I think so.
Vera?
Hopefully.
Yes, amazing. Good luck.
Thank you.
Very good. Proset.
So we'll see how it
Um,
goes.
all right. Okay. No, I'm sure you'll do fabulous. I mean, you've done very well so far. You're very positive as a person as well. That's something I really like. And you always notice there's a certain vibe that comes off people that when they're really positive, they're
Hmm.
trying to always go to the next step. And you are
Yeah.
definitely one of those people.
Thank you.
Plus that, you're serving, you're helping everyone out. You're a midwife nurse,
Hmm.
correct?
Midwife. Yeah.
So, Tayyip, from coming from a person that has had a child, thank you very much for taking the career,
You're
choosing that
welcome.
career path, and helping out everyone.
Yeah, I love anything I'm doing, like midwifery. If it's midwifery music, I love doing it also. I really enjoy it, and I think when you enjoy doing the work you do, you should give how do I say it? I got stuck. You give the best you can to the people,
Yes,
basically.
Yes. And something I can say as well for everyone watching the show, if you're not doing something you love, you need to stop and start doing something that you love.
Yeah. Life is too short, eh?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I think that's very important.
Very good. I think we've given a lot of positive vibes on today's show. Karin, I don't know if you have any final words.
No, I think I said everything. We've
Super.
been نحسب شي 30 minutes
Yes.
giving out positive vibes.
Yes, 35 minutes of positivity and mindfulness.
Yes.
Amazing. No, I'm really happy with this show. Thank you again for accepting the invitation to be on
Thanks for
this
the
show.
invite.
Super. We will have this linked as well to your profile, which just for everyone watching the show, Karen's Get Hitched profile is linked in the post description. We will be sharing it through our stories and everything. And later on, it will be also posted on our YouTube channel and on our blog articles. So everyone can find you from there, see if they have any questions. Again, if anyone later on is watching the show, because there's a tendency then when everyone finishes work and everything, they're watching the
We'll
show.
start watching.
Yes, if they have any questions at that point, they can contact either through the comments and you can
Mm-hmm.
answer them from there. They can contact you directly through your Facebook page, through your Insta. I don't know if you want to explain it all from where they can contact you.
You can find my email. So I have Instagram, Facebook. So anywhere anyone wants to contact me, they can. There's my email, messages, Messenger, Instagram, anything. Contact.
Amazing.
I will
Very
respond.
good. Super. You have the last comment here from Audrey. Well, last comment from Mel. Brava, great show.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone
Thank
that's watching
you.
the show. I am going to remove you from the stream now, Karen. So thank you very much, and I see you
Thank
soon.
you so much. Have a good day.
Same to you and weekend.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.
There you have it, guys. Episode 22 with Karin Duff, who's a singer and songwriter. She can perform solo or also have band members come in to have a two-piece, three-piece, or even a five-piece for you guys. She can do from weddings, events, anything at all, be it if you're doing a private event between family or friends, or having your wedding intimately, 50 people, 100, 200, 300, 400, whatever. She's a great person, has very great vibes. Please do check out her profile, which is in the link description, where basically you're going to see there's about 3 different videos of her performing. There's lots of photos of her performing for you to get an idea. There's also a contact button there for you to contact Karen Duff directly for your wedding, if that's what you're interested in. Again, she's also mentioned her Facebook, email, Instagram, and everything. I do appreciate everyone watching the shows. Thank you again for all the love that you've been sharing with us, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.